I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. We've been out here working at Cedar Oaks. I've been putting in another table, a regular stand-up shooting table like I have over in the 50-yard line, and this one is going to be for the 25. Not going to put any more in. I almost thought about a 10 meters, especially for air guns and that. I thought, I've got my Caldwell, I think it's a Caldwell fold-up type shooting bench that, in fact, you've probably just seen it in the show that we did with the Rogulas, where I presented them with that Henry rifle and that. But right now, what we're going to be talking about, because while I was out here, I brought along my new carry gun, is I decided to start carrying this one. I shot it, and I really like it. Normally, I do not shoot a gun before we actually get and do a video, so that you're getting the first experience. But Brandon Rogla was shooting his Glock 17, and we pulled this out. We kind of compared them, and this thing looks and is about the same size. There's not much difference. Anyway, we're going to talk about it here, and I told you before, we did kind of a pre-thing before I knew a lot about it. It was the day that I got it from B&B Hardware there, and you know, picked it up for my FFL, and you know, I told you a little bit about what we could tell you, and so I've now shot it. I've looked at it more. That extra grip, of course, it does have that back here, and this is what they call the micro compacts, and most of the time those, you see a lot of 380s in those. This is a 9mm, and it's a 10+1. They say 11 rounds, but that's what it is. You got one in the chamber and then 10 in the magazine, of course. And you've got, let's see what else. Well, it's also got this little port right up here on top that I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's for viewing to see if you have one in the chamber, which I do. This, there is no manual safety on this, as you can see. You have this right here. It's a trigger safety. It's striker fired. The sights, this is adjustable back here. This is the only thing that's adjustable. You don't have any height adjusted. It has got a serrated back here. That's the type. It's not your white dot. Your white dot's right up here, if you can see that. The overall weight unloaded is right around 18 ounces, right in there. Loaded, I'm not too sure. It's not that much more. You've got, let's see what else. Of course, you got your slide lock here, as all guns do. The overall size of it is about 6 inches, just a little bit more than 6 inches. And you've got the width, it's a little over 1 inch back here, so it's not much of a, this is about a 3-inch barrel. So you've got a lot of, you know, options on size, I mean, for carrying. Here is one thing though I wanted to bring up to you. Right here, if you have the wrong holster, I'm talking holster, it's not the gun's fault, the magazine release sticks out just slightly. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's right here. Okay, what happens is if you got a holster that's got something across here that you put it into, now because I had a Taurus holster that I thought maybe this would fit. This is not a Taurus brand. In fact, it was We the People one, but it was made for a Taurus, which worked great. It does not work for this one. What happened, and how I found out, as I was messing around with Pepper and I had it in my holster down here, I leaned over to get something for him, and my magazine fell out. I thought, well, that's kind of weird, must not have got it in. Well, I tried it a few more times and I figured it out. That's what it was. It's the holster. It just did not fit. So you want to make sure that if you get a holster for this gun, you get one that really is what it should be. Let's see, what else shall we say about this? The takedown, I'm going to show you how to take it down, because there is a little trick. You'll notice that in that other video that we had, I showed you that cute little keychain that we had that is actually a miniature GX4. Well, what that is that's the tool, because it's got a screwdriver tip on the bottom side where your magazine would be, and that's for taking this off. And I will, first off, I'm going to unload it so that we know everything's safe here. And up here too, by the way, it's got the serration in here hit back here for you to grab, and also here if you're one of these that likes to go with the whole thing. There we go. We'll lock that open. It is a single action, by the way, and as I said, it's striker fired trigger deal. I pretty much, I think, covered everything. I've got a few things here. Yes, I've got some notes here because I don't want to forget anything that I should be telling you. I already told you the height. I don't think I told you about the height. That is just about 4.5 inches. So good height. That's about all there is to it on that. You pretty much know the rest. It is very easy slide. It seems like it's very easy to close, as you can see. We'll lock it open again, and it's definitely empty, as you've seen, because I unloaded it there. In fact, my round that was in the chamber was rolling all over the place here, and I want to make sure that it stays there. I think really I got one on the ground somewhere here the other day that we may have lost. Now I'm going to show you how you take this thing, take it apart. Right over here there's like a little screw. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't even know if I'm pointing. There it is right here. Okay, we're going to try to do this because it is a little bit tricky. I get out my Leatherman tool. Let's see here. Find the right screwdriver tip. Because that's one thing you don't want to do is bury your screws on anything on a gun like that. You want to have it wide enough, thick enough, the whole thing. That's why I have a regular gunsmithing set. Now, what we do is we turn that 1/4 of a turn this way. You can kind of feel it release the slide. You pull it back slightly, and then what I did is I didn't do that right. Okay, it went there. Now what you do is you pull the trigger back like that, and there it comes off. Now, what I did, and I did it over there on purpose, I know you didn't really get to see it that good. I turned that 1/4 of a turn back. In fact, I'll do it again on camera so that you can see. We're going to slide it back, just like that, lock it in place, and I'll show you the assembly. Here's this. You turn this 1/4 of a turn back. There it is. It's back to 1/4 of a turn. Now you should be able to, there, it locked in. It's doing good. Now I'll show you again how you disassemble this. Make sure everything's good. Right here. And you will see this kind of move forward, this slide. Now I've got it here, and I'm not able to see what I'm doing here, but I should be able to feel it. Now I turn it 1/4 of a turn back. That should be it right there. Now, whoops, in fact, by not looking, I didn't get it in the right position. There, now it moved. Now I got it in the right position, right there, just 1/4 of a turn. Now you want to pull the trigger all the way back till it does this, and then it'll come right back. You want to make sure that trigger actually pops. It just doesn't, you have to pull sometimes a little bit harder, but now it come off. Again, to reassemble it, take it like this, put it back, lock it in place, just like this. Up here, you go back, you'll even hear it pop a little bit when it goes into place. There, put it back 1/4 turn, you can see it straight up and down. Now, she's ready to go. Very, very easy slide. Now, trigger pull. What about the trigger pull? Well, actually, it's very easy. You can see it. Just so she's real quick. She's ready to go again. You can definitely hear it. I was very impressed with when I fired it, and what I shot out of it was, I gotta stop and think. I had Remington and I had Wolf Military, and both of those fired very, very well. No problems whatsoever. So I was impressed with that, and we're going to be actually shooting in the next part where we're going to take it, we're going to put it on paper, see what she does on paper, and then we'll shoot at the regular AR 500 silhouette, and we'll just have some fun shooting down in that part. But what I wanted to do is show you the basic gun as to what it is. Again, this is the Taurus GX4. You definitely want to check this out. The retail, I don't think I gave you that yet, and I know that's the one thing everybody asks. The retail on this, the suggested retail, is $392, just a little bit underneath $400. But I have seen them, well, my FFL that I mentioned, he had them for $349. I've seen them other places for that. I've seen some that were just a little bit lower than that, closer to the below 300 range. Now, I haven't seen that much. That was special sale or something, and I don't even know if you'll find that. But this GX4, for a micro compact 9mm, I think you're going to want to check it out. Like I said, I'm pretty anxious for you to see the one where we shoot with it, because we are going to do that. And I'm probably going to fire, well, the Remington again, the Wolf, two different types of Wolf, Wolf Performance and Wolf Military, Winchester, and I think I'm out of the other that I've got. But anyway, that'll be enough, because what I'm going to do is I will fire just the single ammo, the different ones, but then we're going to mix it up in one magazine where they're all different ones, so that we can see how it cycles them when it jumps from one to the next, because sometimes that can cause a hiccup. This gun, I don't think so, at least so far. What I've shot with it, I was very impressed with the recoil. It doesn't, these smaller pistols, you know, they've got a reputation of when you fire them, they're wanting to jump all over the place. I did not find that with this one. I was able to go down and fire rapid fire and hit the target with every round. And that was at 10 yards, but that's your qualification mark anyway, because you always qualify at 5, 7, and 10 yards. At least you do in the state I'm in. And a lot of the others you do too. But I think this gun would probably hit it up to 25 yards. Yeah, but of course you got a short barrel, so you got to take that in consideration too. But anyway, that's the Taurus GX4, and we're going to be back with more parts on this. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.